Most people use only small part of Excel, maybe 10%. The rest is hidden, and the hidden part is where the real power is. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 Excel features that most people have never touched. They are simple, but they are going to save you hours every day. Let's get started. Suppose you're in a meeting and you have a report which has multiple sheets, and someone asks you, can you go to a maintenance department? You start clicking the tabs and you cannot find it. People are waiting, you lose confidence, and it looks bad. There's a simple fix and it's built inside the Excel. Go to View tab and click Navigation. A list of every sheet open on the right, and think of it as a table of contents for your file. Now you just click the name of the sheet you need, and just like that, you're there. If you have a lot of sheets, it gets even faster. Just type in the search box at the top, some few letters, and there it is. The navigation pane even shows you the hidden sheets. And the hidden sheets will appear in gray. To unhide it, just right click and click show. And it is back. Just like that, you can see all the sheets in your reports and you can go to it. Very simple. This is one of the best kept secrets in Excel. It is called the camera tool. It takes the live picture of any range and then that picture updates itself when the data source changes. It is perfect for building a dashboard in one screen. Let me show you how. First, we have to find it because Excel hides this completely. Click the small arrow at the very top and choose More Commands. In the box, change popular commands to all commands, then scroll down until you find camera. Select it and click add, then click OK. Now the camera icon sits up here, ready to use. Here is how it works, right? Select a range you care about, let's say a summary table, and click the camera icon, then click anywhere you want the picture to appear, even on another sheet. And there it is, a live photo of that table which we copied from another sheet. This is not a dead screenshot. Watch what happens when I change the original data. I change a number in the source file and the picture updates on its own. The same colors and same formatting. Now here it is why this is powerful. The picture is an image, so you can move it anywhere, you can drag it, you can resize it without touching the original cells. You can even place tables from different files onto one dashboard page. Each one stays live, change any source data and the dashboard updates. This is how you fit the whole report into one screen. One tool and every part of your report can fit into one screen. You have multiple sheets filled with input numbers and they all feed into summary sheet. Every time you change an input, you have to jump back to the summary sheet to check its impact and then go back to your work and do it all over again. But Excel can pin that number and keep it visible wherever you work. It is called the watch window. So open the formula tabs and then click watch window. These small panels let you track selected cells from anywhere in the workbook. Click Add Watch. Now select the cell you want to track. Let's use the grand total on the summary sheet. Then click Add. And the total appears inside the watch window. Now here is a useful part. You can go everywhere in the file, different sheet, thousands of rows away, it does not matter. The total stays right here. And it updates live. Change any number that fits into that total and the watch window update instantly. And you are not limited to one cell. Add every number you need to monitor, let's say totals, KPI, and key inputs, all pinned inside this small window. Remember, the navigation pane from the first tip helps you to move around the workbook, but the watch window keeps the key numbers visible the entire time. This one add a time chart inside a single cell. They are called Sparklines. They let you show a trend next to the numbers without building the full chart. They are small, they are clean, and tells a story at a glance. Let me show you how to build them. So here is my data. Each department has 12 months of spending across a row. Reading the 12 months across is fine, but it is very hard to feel the trend from the numbers alone. So let us add a sparkline. Click the empty cell at the end of the first row, go to the Insert tab, and in the Sparklines group, click Line. It asks for the data range, select the 12 months for that row, click OK, and the little trend line appears right inside the cell. Now the best part is grab that corner and drag it down just like a formula. Every department gets its own trend and it's matched to its own numbers. Now you can see at glance who is climbing and who is falling. Let us make them even clearer. Click any sparkline and the sparkline tabs appears. Tick high point and low point. Now the highest and the lowest months right up every line. Easy to read across the whole table. You are not limited to line only. You can switch it to little bars as well, or win-loss, which is great for profit or loss or up and down simulation. So same data, but three different ways, and you can get the story at a glance. And because they live in a cell, you move the file, you move with the sparklines. You copy it and print with your table, they will always show up. Now you have the whole column of trends without building the full chart for different departments. You have a large file, and every time you want to see a region or a category, you have to go through the filters and search through the list. Instead, you can make those filters as buttons. These buttons are called slicers. So before adding them, make sure that your data is formatted as Excel table. To do that, click anywhere inside the Excel table and then press Ctrl T. Make sure that my table as header is ticked and then click OK. There it is. Now your data is in table format. Now go to Insert and select Slicer. Now here you can choose what you want to filter. In this case, I'll choose region and category, then click OK. You can arrange them properly. So when I click Arusha, you can see only Arusha details are shown. And I can also see inside Arusha, if I want to see only raw materials, then I get another filters for raw materials only. If I want to see everything, I'll just clear the filters and all the data now are. Now let's add the total to our data so that when we apply the filters, we can see the total for that specific region or specific category. So I'll use a subtotal formula here. I'll type subtotal, bracket, then 9, and I'll select the amount, then place enter. So here is our total amount for everything. Can make it bold and a little bit big. So when I select Arusha, then I'll see the total only for Arusha. And if I want to see only raw materials, I can see that only raw materials. If I want to see raw materials for all region, then I'll keep this selected and unfilter the region. So in this case, I'll get all the raw material values for all region. Similar, you can clear the filters and select, let's say, Dar es Salaam, and you can see Dar es Salaam for all categories. So you can adjust how the slicers look. Just click the slicer and then the slicer design tab opens up. You can increase the number of columns, let's say 3. And your filters are still working. Now you have simple filter buttons, a live total, and a worksheet that is much easier to use. So you have a list of tasks in Excel and you want to track the progress. So you type completed, type in progress. Don't do that. Instead, insert the real checkbox and track your progress automatically. So I'll do that by selecting the entire status column. Okay. Then go to Insert and then click checkbox. Excel add checkbox against each task. When you tick the checkbox, it turns true, and when you untick, it turns false. So we can use those true and false values to calculate our completed task. So first, let's calculate the completed task. I'll use the count if formula to calculate the completed task based on the status bar. So I'll type count ifs, okay, then select the status column, comma, and then true. What this formula is doing is to return the number of cells that are ticked. Okay, let's enter. You can see that it is 1. When you click a task key, the number of completion increases. That okay. Now let's calculate the total number of tasks. In this case, I'll use the counter A formula. Counter A formula counts the number of cells that are not empty in a particular list. So in this case, I'll say counter A, and then I'll select the task list. Okay, and then close bracket. Okay, so the total number of tasks in my list, they are 28. Then you can simply calculate the pending task by taking the total number of tasks minus completed task. Okay, so anytime you click a task is completed, you can see completed task increases and pending task decreases. Now let's make the progress bar using conditional formatting. So first I'll merge these two cells, okay, and then I'll equal these cells equal to the percentage completion, okay. Then I'll go to conditional formatting, and then on data bars I'll choose the solid fill. Go again to conditional formatting and then click manage rules, okay. Click the rule there and then click edit rule. Now here is where you set it up. So first select the data bar and tick the show bar only, okay? Then set the minimum value to number and maximum also to number. And the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 1. The reason why we are setting 0 and 1 is because Excel read percentage as number from 0 to 1. Okay, you can choose the color you want. In this case, for me, I'll choose green, and then I'll click OK. And then I click apply. So you can see here, this is the progress bar chart. When the task is completed, you can see the progress bar also increases. Okay, if the entire checklist is ticked, so the completed task become 28, pending 0, and the progress bar show 100%. So the numbers are correct, but the way we display them can make the report harder to read. Here is how I'll make this easy to read without changing the actual values. Now suppose you have 1805,000, then you want to change it to read to 1.8 million. So select the cell you want to change, then press Ctrl 1. The format cells open up, select the number, and then select custom. Here is the type box. The code we put here controls how Excel display the results. In this case, I'll type 0.0, then 2 commas and letter M in quotation. And then I click OK. There it is. Now you can see 1805,000 now it's showing us 1.8 million. And we can still add without any problem. Suppose now you have units and you want to show them in kilogram, you can follow the same process, press Ctrl 1, then go to custom. So you can type 0, then space, and then the letter kg in the quotation. Then click OK. That's it. Now you can see 500 kg, 1250, and 340 kg, and you can still do your summation. So one more useful trick, you can hide the value without deleting it. Select the cells you want to hide, then press Ctrl 1, then select custom, then in the type box, type the 3 semicolon 1, 2, 3, and then click OK. That's it. So the cells are not visible, but they are still usable. This is helpful when you are creating a helper columns that support the dashboard but do not need to be visible. So this next one feels like magic the first time you see it. It is called flash fill. Suppose you have a column of full names and you need the first name in the next column. The old way is to copy, cut, and fix each one by hand. That takes time, right? Instead, just type the name you want for the first row, then start typing the second one. Excel sees the pattern, it shows you a preview for the whole column in gray. Press enter to accept it, and it fills the whole column. That is flash fill. It reads the pattern from your example, so you can do much more than splitting names. Now let's build an email for each person, right? I type the full email for the first row the way I want it to look, and then I place Ctrl E. Ctrl E is a shortcut for flash fill, and every email is built for me. You can also access Flash Fill from the Home ribbon. Go to Fill. In the drop-down, you'll see the Flash Fill. You give it clear one example and Excel does the rest. So here is a problem you have seen before, right? You get a report where a label is only typed once and the cells below it are blank. It looks fine to read, but you cannot sort it, you cannot filter, and you cannot make a pivot table out of it. So filling them one by one will take you forever. So let me show you the fastest way. Yeah. So first select the whole column of data. Now press F5 and click Special. This is the go-to special menu. It lets you select certain cells with certain characteristics. Now choose blanks and click OK. Now only blank cells are selected. Do not click anything yet. Type an equal sign, then point to the cell right above. So the blank cell is now equal to the cell above it, right? Now instead of pressing Enter, hold Ctrl and press Enter all together. And there it is. Every blank cell is filled top to bottom in one move. One last step to make it safe. The cells hold formulas right now, so let us turn them into the real text. Select the column, copy it, and then paste it as special values. Now the values are fixed. You can sort it, and you can build your pivot table, and you can do your further analysis. So before we finish, here is one Excel shortcut that can save you several clicks. Select any group of numbers, then press Ctrl Q. This opens a quick analysis, which is a small menu with several useful tools in one place. Start with formatting. You can add data bars, color scales, or highlight important values. And before you choose anything, Excel shows a preview directly on your data. Move across the options and see how each one looks, then select the one you want. Next, open the charts. Excel suggests the chart type that work well with your data. Move across the suggestions to preview them, then click one to add it to the sheet. Under totals, you can quickly calculate sum, average, count, or running total. Choose sum and Excel add the result in the next available row or column. Then there's the tables. From here, you can turn the range into Excel table or create a pivot table. So there's no need to search through different tabs in the ribbon. And those are 10 Excel features that can make everyday work faster and easier.